It's
All
funny
right.
how. So,
Sorry. Hey, so yeah, I just started. If you heard, if it sounded like Brian Weissman's voice, that's because he's on. We are actually testing some
what's up,
Canadian
guys?
Highlander. Thanks, Brian.
Hey,
And he's putting this deck through the paces of trying to find out if it's viable against mono red, which is a big threat in Canadian Highlander.
yeah, I feel like I have a really solid version of mono red. It's basically I started with my own design, played a bunch of test games, and then went and looked at some other red deck win decks that had done well in some other events to see if there was anything really obvious I was missing.
Right.
And that gave me about maybe 4 or 5 extra cards that I had not considered or had just simply overlooked completely.
Yeah.
And I think that really, I mean, the deck was already performing quite well, but I think it really improved it a lot to the point where it almost feels like the deck to beat. And
Nice.
I now have this dilemma going on where I'm thinking I really don't want to play a mono red deck in this tournament because it's sort of antithetical to everything I enjoy about singleton formats.
Right.
But if winning is the objective, and it always is, don't make the ego-based mistake of ignoring and not playing the best deck just because you refuse to accept the fact that it is the best.
I did that at a pro tour in Italy. When
Was that Rome?
it was in Lido, so like island off the coast. But it was the deck to beat was Astral Slide by far, like far and away, like tons of mana ramp. Astral Slide. The other card, you'd have Eternal Witness, and you'd have infinite cycling, and you'd have the red enchantment that would deal damage to any target whenever you cycled.
Yeah, and the fact that the deck ran so many cycling cards meant that it was really a 30-card deck or whatever too.
Right. It had the dragon that you could continuously pick up. It would fix your mana early, and then later on
The Eternal Dragon.
Yeah, the Eternal Dragon, and it had I think it had Mirari's Wake, so it would have tremendous mana advantage. It was just it was an insane deck, and I just didn't like playing it because it was the deck to beat, and I had to go over there with an ego.
How dumb is that, right?
It was so stupid.
I made the same mistake. I've told this story before, but for me, I mean, it happened in numerous tournaments, but the best example of all was the Tempest constructed Pro Tour, which I think was Pro Tour LA number 3. The first one was that weird 4th edition Homelands draft format. The second one was Mirage Vision's Rochester draft.
Okay.
Which I did well in because I actually
drafting
found a good strategy and stuck to it.
Oh, okay.
But then the Tempest Pro Tour tournament, I actually had Ule Rod come out and stay at my house in Santa Barbara for about 3 weeks prior to the event to do playtesting.
That was Red Deck wins all the way, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, and plus because Ule is just an awesome dude to hang out with.
Bull Lightning, Fire Blast, Scroll Rack nonsense.
It was
Wastelands,
it did not have Fire Blast because Fire Blast is in Visions. This was all Tempest. It was a Tempest block constructed, so they actually had not made Fire Blast yet. But regardless, all of the data in 3+ weeks of testing showed that red was the dominant deck, and there was actually several reasons for that. But the primary reason actually was that the best card in the format was Curse Scroll.
Right? Yeah.
The best Curse Scroll deck was mono red.
Makes sense.
And because of that, you'd have so many games where you'd solve everything that the stupid red deck had done, but there'd be 2 Curse Scrolls just sitting in play killing you. It was so frustrating to play against the deck, and I was just insistent on trying to beat it. Yeah. And the problem was that all the decks that I wanted to play, which were all 2 to 3 color decks, had to run those god-awful dual lands that were in Tempest, the depletion lands.
Okay. Right.
And you could not consistently cast your spells while fighting what the red deck did with depletion lands. If you drew a bunch of reflecting pools, you would often win the game because you had real land.
Right.
Most of the time you're cast a counter spell and then skip my next untap step.
When real land is a luxury. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so stupid. So anyway, losing game after game after game after game for days and days and days, you'd think that would pound it into your skull that you're on the wrong track. Then maybe you should do what the dead guys did. Which was build a red deck that could beat other red decks.
Right.
And I was way too stubborn to do that, way too stubborn and proud to play mono red. And of course, when I go and play in the tournament, I lost to every mono red deck that I played, despite having 4 chills on the sideboard and being convinced that I could beat the deck with chill alone.
Right.
Such a frustrating tournament. And of course, it was won by mono red.
Yeah. Well,
mono red that beat other mono red decks because it had giant strength and Raffi Dragon in it.
Well, if you think that's bad, my solution to the green white enchantment based menace was to play a blue black deck with exactly 0 disenchants. So
oh, excellent! Seems smart.
Yeah. Because it beat everybody else. It just didn't beat the best deck in the format.
Yeah,
well, was
they have
overrepresented.
so many enchantments you can't possibly kill them all. So why bother to kill any of them?
Exactly. See, you got my strategy down cold.
The thing is that can sometimes happen. That can actually sometimes work if you get very lucky.
Well, like I would win against like worse
well, this would be
players,
the idea.
But
if somebody has figured out a way to beat an Astral Slide deck consistently, then your hedge is that you're going to basically say, okay, well, I can't beat the Astral Slide deck, so I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to make sure I beat every other deck except for Astral Slide.
I see what you're saying.
Which means that if people figure out an anti-Astral Slide deck and they're able to eliminate the Astral Slide decks early,
I can beat them.
Then by the time I get to round 3 or 4 of Swiss, it's all anti-Astral Slide decks that I dominate.
Right.
That actually can be a path to victory, but you have to get past the Astral Slide decks first.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't even remember what the thought process was at the time. I had cards that would punish them for sliding them out, and I had combos that could just go off and win. Mm-hmm. But I believe they also played blue. They were green, white, blue, and so once they got card dominance, the ability to like recur Eternal Witness and pick up counter spells and stuff, it was no good. So
I figured out the card that was changed. I cut Grand Arbiter Augustine in favor of Electrolyze.
Oh, okay.
I'm debating whether or not Electrolyze in his deck. Sean must have been playing that, right?
Yeah, he was playing Electrolyze.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, that would be insane not to run that card. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a card I could certainly consider here. I'm considering Helix in this deck. I'm weighing Helix versus Daze, right?
Lightning Helix all the way.
All right, cool.
Daze, I think, is honestly of dubious value. Daze is not very good against the super homogenous mana curve decks because you're just dazing a 2-drop and then they have another 2-drop that's identical to it on the following turn.
That makes sense.
Daze is so good in Commander because people are just tapping out to cast their 4 or 5 mana Commander.
Right.
You daze it while not losing any tempo because that's around the time when you're also usually out of land drops.
Yeah.
And now their Commander costs 6 mana.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Plus, of course, the interaction with Winter Orb is pretty saucy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, cool. Helix is in.
Okay, you made your changes?
Yeah, I threw mode in here.
It's going to make you a lot harder to beat. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and a couple of tutors, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, challenge you here. And we actually get lots of...
Those games weren't that first game wasn't... First match, rather, it wasn't that lopsided. It's just that I had no plan. My plan is go get mode, right? But I had no plan in the first. I had no way to execute the plan either. So, with my backup modes being,
I cannot go first with my red deck. refuses to ever win the die roll. It's annoying as hell.
Oh God, do I keep this?
By the way, how's my sound level? My microphone is off to the left here.
From what I can tell, it's good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus. This is a perfect hand with a second land in it, but...
Do not take any risks against a red deck. I'll just rip your face off.
But it is like the perfect hand.
Okay, well, take a risk.
I don't know. I'm going to mulligan.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I'm going to mulligan anyway. I guess I can put this cryptic command on the bottom of my library. It won't break my heart.
Yeah, unlikely to be good.
Yeah.
It's funny how you feel so different about fetch lands when you're playing mono red.
Like how happy you are to see them?
You're just gleeful.
Yeah.
Fetch land, shock land, yes, please.
Right.
But of course, you have real dual lands in this deck, so I don't get to feast on you quite so easily.
Right.
This Wayfarer? Oh, black mana. Oh, Death Rat again. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good opener. Huh. The Mighty Mox Diamond.
Yeah.
Robba. You mulligan that so I don't get to use it.
That's funny.
See, it made you robber proof for now.
It's all part of my plan. What?
I just gave you lots of Death Rat food. Kind of unavoidable, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yep.
That's interesting. Huh.
And that really robber's brutal.
Robbie. Give me a talisman. Ah, we got tied. Okay, fine. Should have. No, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. You still have 2 cards, so I still get to rob you no matter when you play it.
Right. Yeah. Otherwise, I was gonna hold it, but I figure I might as well. If I'm going to tutor up a Tundra anyway, I don't want you to hit Tundra.
Damn, that's annoying. Alright, I think this is still correct.
Okay. Your draw just lined up too perfectly.
Yeah, a lot of the red draws seem to feel that way.
All right.
Oh, man. Yep. Yeah, this is...
Well, I mean, I'm holding a counter. I'm just holding the wrong counter spells. I'm holding a counter spell I can't play because I was holding spell snare.
Yeah.
So I couldn't snare because your guy, if you didn't have the mocks, right?
Yeah.
So my hand was perfect. Like I lead off with my guy, you go land. I play a land, I've got my mocks up. Or I've got counter for your 2-drop. Like the game's completely different. And then I had mana drain, so it just...
I'm almost killing you on the next turn because of Hellrider. Hellrider hits so hard.
Yeah.
My Hellrider attack deals 4 plus... Yeah, you take 14. Or not. No, you take 10 on the next turn.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just...
Plus 6.
I had mana drain, but like again, I can't play it.
Yeah, you can't play it.
It's dead on. It's dead on the mock's turn. Like it was...
Yeah, there's some mountains.
That and I had to mulligan. Unfortunately. I don't know, man. I feel like I almost should have kept. My opening hand was Swords to Plowshares, Blue-White Duel, Artifact Mana, Stoneforge Mystic. It was like so close to being, right there.
Yeah, it comes down to whether or not you can you can get Battle Skull going most of the time, particularly in the version you're playing, because you don't. It is your source of life gain. Right. My Jeskai deck has the 2 angels as well, which are sort of like quasi Battle Skulls. You just can't tutor them up.
Yeah,
but they cost the same amount to cast, and they end the game in the same fashion.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, let's go with this guy. Just a little more pressure. Oh boy, speak of the devil.
Yeah, he's obviously going for the BS.
Skull City. All right, I need to draw a Firebolt right now. Firebolt, Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning. That is none of those. Deck, what are you doing?
This, of course, would be where Daze is possibly...
Oh, maybe you'll block.
Possibly good, but... Okay. Sort of the, all right, game on type of deal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you have turn 2 Battle Skull, I'm just toast.
Right.
Or turn 3. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice to see him Mox Diamond, I gotta say. Now you're one man away from fucking Batterskull all of a sudden.
Right.
I need to draw Wasteland or Strip Mine now. Quiet Spec, interesting. Fair point. Damn, what a turn.
Yeah.
Oh, moly. Well, maybe we won't draw any land for the rest of the game. Yeah, I think I'm not winning this one all of a sudden. It was looking so good a turn ago.
Right. Was it whenever red instant or sorcery, return it from graveyard to hand? Okay. Well.
I get a one-turn reprieve, right?
Yeah.
I have a range of things I can draw that shut the Batterskull off, like its life gain ability off. You know what I kept losing to in some of the test games I was playing though? When I was when I would get Batterskull in play, I'd lose to the fucking dragon, the 2-mana dragon that you can level at 8/8. So I'd have Batterskull out and Moat or whatever.
Right.
Or some equivalent, like True Name Nemesis and Batterskull, and like this dragon just ramps up to 8/8 and smashes me in the face for 15 damage and kills me.
Right. I need Grim to do some work here.
Let's dance.
Okay. Interesting.
Playing the thinking deck.
Interesting, yeah. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
I'll find that mana.
Yeah, you're drawing a lot of good defense.
Sucks to do that, but it's life now versus life later. Life now is more important.
That's fair. You have my board pretty well handled with everything.
Right. Right, exactly. That was a rip.
Yeah, that land. You didn't get anything off the brainstorm, did you?
No, I didn't. But
yeah. Yeah, my chances go to almost zero now. I need to draw a way to prevent you from gaining life.
Yeah.
The Rusalka can help a lot, though.
Yeah. Tropical makes more sense here.
Do you see, though, how bad the Throne of the High City is against?
Well,
aggro?
Oh, yeah, I mean, for sure. It's not in there for that deck.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's
but
just
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, just too many tools here. Just dismantling everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
I do not agree with that.
No.
No, if I had some way to pump my guy, you'd lose the Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's true. That is true.
Like if I can even pump by 1.
Well, if you pump by 1, I guess, yeah, I guess he's too important. I was thinking if you had some kind of mini pump that.
Right, but if you don't block and you shoot my guy and then I giant growth, you take some damage, but your Grim Lavamancer is still alive and you can untap and finish off the slith.
I think you're right. You're right.
Well, actually, I guess the slith goes to 3/3. I guess it's different with this one creature because it's going to be a 3/3 if it hits.
It's the slith I was worried about growing. That's what I was worried about. But if you had,
that's a fair point.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, that really, am I going to play with the pump spell? Probably not. So.
Probably not. Right.
Wow, that's greedy.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
What's that?
Why are you doing that? To draw land?
Right.
Okay.
However, I didn't. I think I can pay a 3 life here.
Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, you're high stepping at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think.
Yeah, 6 cards.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I'll cast this time.
Yeah.
Bye, bro. The snow. Yeah.
There's still a card that kills me, unfortunately. So perhaps I was a little bit aggressive with that. But I already know what one of the cards is in your hand.
Oh, you're talking about price?
Yeah. Well, that sucks. All right.
Please throne yourself so you tap out and I can ball lightning you.
Right.
Steal the throne and take you a 1.
Right. I think.
Yeah, Grim Lavamancer is really evil. Just kills so many of my creatures.
Hmm.
You even got a Ray of Revelation for the Vortex if I draw it.
Right. Yeah, there's one card I fear, though.
It's funny that they didn't assign any points to Divining Top. I guess it's just not played that much.
Yeah, and
I didn't see it in very many deck lists.
It's yeah. go.
Feels good. Being at 10 is a lot better than being at 7.
Yeah. And that tells me there's no price of progress over there. So.
Well, you don't know that. I could be waiting.
No, you would have done it in response because I'd be dead.
Well, maybe, yeah.
That might be a reason.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Which means it's a good time for this guy. Probably.
Oh. I'm definitely ripping Ball Lightning now.
Right.
Yeah, or maybe I'm ripping Blood Moon.
Yeah. That
I used to have Ray, but you have Ray Revelation. Now you can handle it.
I have it covered, yeah. At least
Mox
that
plus
covered.
Ray. Just sitting there. It's really good.
I hate to do this. I'm misdirecting the mind twist at me, of course.
Yeah, naturally. Right. It's fine. Ow. Yeah, painful.
Right.
A DOA 2-2 and some land.
Yeah. Information's good, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I know what my next card is.
I think you should start the pingery. That would have shot me for 2 right there.
I was thinking about it, yeah.
And you got to win the game, right?
No, I mean, I do, for sure. But.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can only handle so much.
Yeah.
I did deal with the Batter Skull, though.
Yeah, both games.
I had Crater Maker hanging out.
That Crater Maker, I was sitting here with like mental misstep and misdirection. Looking at that Crater Maker. Going, well, guess it's going to stick.
Do you use Reddit much?
Not much.
I'm just going to add how much I hate the redesign of Reddit. Fortunately, they still give you the ability to go and use old Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's designed for people who can only process one thing at a time or something. Each article takes up this gigantic block of space.
When you see that, it's usually because they've designed it for mobile app compatibility.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
It's super annoying.
I mean, I've used it anyway, using the old style on my phone too.
Right.
You still deciding your mulligan or something?
Yeah, I assume I'm dead here.
I'm going to try not to click through my turn. Oh, your deck deals with mulligans a little better than mine does, I think.
Yeah, it's perhaps there. We have some things I can do. That's not the play I wanted to make.
Just take 2. There's nothing wrong with it. No one will judge you. Puptastic.
Yeah. Not the draw I would have liked you to have.
I'm thinking man's deck here.
Right.
Stormy. One thing this red deck has too that are so effective against control decks are just those 3 goblins that just build an army by themselves. Each goblin has to be answered.
Right.
Interesting.
I don't think I win with. Well, now I regret it.
Yeah, but you can't know that.
No.
I need to think this through, though. Why does Nate get Mox Diamond?
That works.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, relic. Tricky. Can I have Mox Diamond back? What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I'm gonna try.
Okay, you have 1 mana.
Yeah, every little bit, right?
God, how insane is this noble on turn 1? It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we need Brea again.
Right. Oh, never mind. Helix won't get me out of this. All right.
No, we got 5/5.
Yeah. The noble was. Interesting. Not bad.
Yeah, you weren't helpless. I mean, one of the games was try again if you like.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to try again. Just playing around with different tweaks to see. I'm not convinced that this is bad necessarily. Let's just play again. I feel like I'm on the right track. I have mulliganed a lot, and it's been pretty painful.
Yeah, I agree. Mulligans have been really bad. Let's go.
Grim Lavamancer delivers, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure does. The guy's so good. So good. He's so anti-aggro.
Yeah. I got a game started, or did you just want to send me?
I'm about to challenge you.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we have
that's
time.
perfect. Yeah, ready to go. All right. A little bit of early, like I may just want to run like the wall and stuff. A couple of early interactions.
Yeah, well, you can run. You're running greens, so you can run both Wall of Blossoms and Wall of Lomans. They're really strong against this deck.
Yeah, they're very. Yeah, I mean, and they're strong cards that cycle against control, right? So I don't care.
Thinking the ice isn't crazy either.
No, that's not bad at all.
And it's so cheap to deploy, 2 mana.
Right.
It's a very, very robust wall against all the early creatures. Oh, lovely.
Go get the bullshit. BS.
Oh man, if I'd gone first this game, it's so different. Just to waste my entire fucking second turn.
How every game feels against red.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh fuck, what am I doing? Stupid hell. Fair. What does he get? That's the question.
Peanut. Matter, that's the bro.
The drain. My drain. I went down. Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Mighty Moon. I got a talisman now. You should not attack. I can't think of any reason why you would.
I mean, yeah, sure.
It blocks the Slip of
Yeah,
Firewalker. That alone is enough.
Yeah. I was trying to think because I can't block the Falcon Wrath. So I was thinking like, what can I block?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
Do me a favor and don't draw land.
Right?
No land. I'm not going to draw shit.
I didn't draw in.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. That's wrong. You missed your chance. No uncounterable anything for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's been really annoying how things have been lining up against you. Like in terms of the.
Remember, that was exactly what I described, as far as an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little on the fence about this, but I think it's probably correct. Damn it.
Because I'm sitting here with this freaking card the entire game.
Which one?
That one.
Oh,
and you played Sigma Lasher creature and a creature who kills my blocker. Like, it had to be that, right? It couldn't be,
right, it had, not a burn spell.
Right, exactly.
No, it's only good. It's not absurd.
Oh, Jesus. I lost my talisman.
What's that?
I lost my talisman there.
Yeah. I honestly wanted to wheel last turn, but then there was a vortex on top, and I'm just thinking, well, that seems a little better.
I lost talisman, plow, helix.
Yeah, that's so brutal. It's like all of your red stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are we doing here? Well, you can't gain life, so... Oh, holy moly. That is so good right now. My God. What just happened? Oh my God, what just happened? Holy shit, what the fuck? I guess you could have done it anyway. You didn't even need the lantern.
No.
Oh my Lord. All right. Well, you can't gain life, so it doesn't do anything.
I was hoping you weren't picking up on that. Yeah,
I'm no dummy.
I know.
I'm just allowed to express sadness. All right. God, what is the play here?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get life, so I probably shouldn't have fed Jordan Orb, honestly, but I was really hoping. I was like, well, there's always a chance. He doesn't remember that, and if you don't remember that, then
so you're saying there's a chance.
The game is quite different. God.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that can't be right.
I think without the build, honestly, the Sigma Lasher just went. There's no point.
Yeah, you can't without gaining life. I have very good play here. I'm going to Crater Maker away your Chromatic Lantern.
Yeah.
And play the Eidolon of the Great Revel.
I had counter for Cradle Maker, but I had Spell
Snare?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I follow up with Eidolon.
But, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, there's 0 ways to win. I can't gain life. I don't have infinite counters. I have no card drawing engine. I don't have a way
to stop. And Lavamancer shooting you.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right. Next game. But, I mean, your that turn was exactly what you needed it to be. Because if it had been, I had Force of Negation, right? So if it had been any other fucking removal card.
It was anything but the stupid Mog Fanatic.
Yeah, like, it had to be
It was like that game it was like that game I played against Anthony Giuliani, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Where I have like a zombie locking down the game.
Right.
And I have Negate in my hand, and he has Sower of Temptation to steal a zombie.
Right. Exactly.
It's like that. Literally nothing in the entire game could be better than that. Yeah. It's a wizard that steals my wizard around the Negate.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty miserable when that happens. It is bad times.
Oh. Clever girl. Interesting. But you can't activate it. It's like, what good is that guy? Yeah, I've got this in my deck. I actually spent some points on something.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It's just that start. Bad news.
Damn it. It's okay, I got a better follow-up. He's actually not very good in this deck, to be honest. Just for future reference. Not that you would know that. He's much better in other versions of this deck.
Right.
Because I run so few burn spells. It's very creature heavy, but he's good enough.
Yeah, he's a big enough threat. I think he's probably has to die. But
This feels right. Ferocious.
all right.
Beefy 3/3. Another banned card.
Right. I see you're using Mox Ruby to get around Blood Moon.
Yep, that's just my strategy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ow.
My strategy, killing you.
Your strategy is just wait for me to cast 20 creatures.
Exactly.
Damn it. Fuck, you're not supposed to get any lands. I suspect you have lands anyway. Okay. All right, fine. Come on, Weissman. Oh, that's quite interesting. Seed of lightning helix.
That's kind of annoying.
Okay, so unfortunately I have to play it right now. Yeah, but you've never had a mono red deck cast Swords to Plowshares on you before.
It does kind of remind me of old school, you know,
Yeah, play this.
the 4 bolt, 4 plows.
Oh, this turn. Okay, cool. Oh, wow.
I see. You're going to apply your Evoker to gain the 2 life to undo the damage from Ferocity.
Of course I am. Glad I didn't attack with Frexham or Wilker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lost the red. Get him.
God. I think I'm a dead man.
I don't believe you gain life.
Oh, I thought I did. Well, okay. I would have got bolt then.
Take 5. The good news is your talisman's back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's no way around it. I needed the life there because, once again, like I said, everything lines up so perfectly over there. It's just insanely frustrating when that happens. Like, I couldn't will because you fucking nuked my graveyard. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was going to will land
Swords to Plowshares away?
Right, exactly. Like, that was the plan. Will land, plow your 3/3. And then Helix one of your guys.
Helix a different guy, right, and takes 3 less damage.
Right, but I can't do that. Right, then I Helix and then, or Helix first and then we'll plow, and get the double Helix. But, well, whatever. That's not that big of a deal. But like, it's just so kind of.
Dude,
it doesn't quite feel.
This red deck is a nightmare. It's just such a nightmare that it's in the format.
Yeah. It just feels very unlikely that I don't know what it is. Like
But Nate, it's not that way. It's just the game after game after game. You just have that experience. I've tested against the red deck like 50 games.
Well, what I can do is I can add a few things along.
Yeah, I really think the solution is having, if there is a solution at all.
Sure.
The solution is having just a lot of silver bullets against it.
Yeah.
It's not situational things. It's not needing things to show up in exactly the right order. Just like, I'm just going to slam repeatedly this, and all of these any one of them wins the game against red.
Sure.
And you just get them in sequence. You just fucking play an angel on turn 4, and then you follow it up with another angel.
Well, in that case, there's stuff that's a lot cheaper than angels. So let me grab a couple. Hold on.
What do you think is the answers to it?
There's a 2-mana pro red knight that gives you life whenever a creature comes into play.
Yeah, that guy.
First strike.
Yeah, I mean it's like playing with blue blast though. I'm talking about stuff that actually might, like the big angels are good against green, for example. They help you race against green. They have first strike, so they win combat. I'm talking about things that are a little bit more versatile. That also just are silver bullets against red. It's not, obviously you're not playing with like Sphere of Law and stuff like that.
Well, no, I wouldn't play that, but I mean the guy that it's pro black, pro red, and when a creature comes into play, you gain life.
So it's like the Soul Warden.
It's a Auriok champion.
Yeah.
So it's a solid, and then there's a Core Firewalker, which is pro red. Whenever a player casts a red spell, you gain life. There's 2 different versions of that. And if red is a problem, like that much of a problem, but I think I want to start with the walls.
I think the walls strike me as a better solution because they have that flexibility.
Yeah.
The ability to cycle against decks where the wall just sucks.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That's just so important because you just don't want them as bricks against control decks. And and occasionally they do matter too.
Yeah. The other card that's good is generally, but I don't know how good it is against control is, we talked about it already, was the 3/2. The life gaining 3/2.
Yeah, the prowess guy. He's a 2/2.
No,
I had him in my deck, and I just repeatedly had a hard time ever activating him.
I meant the persist guy, the one that's green and
Oh,
white.
the Finks. Yeah, Finks are fucking awesome. Yes, they're very, very good. The Finks are like a 3-for-1 against mono red at least.
Right.
It's like kill 2 creatures, gain 4, which is effectively like killing another card.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the Finks are excellent.
If I put Clam back in the deck, it's good with Clamp too.
Well, I mean, you can make that case for any creature, though.
Well, I mean, with Finks in particular, because it pops back with 1 toughness.
Right. But ideally, you're losing it in combat anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Without a clamp on. I mean, you're basically blocking 2 creatures with it. You're not.
Right.
You're not just clamping it because it draws 2.
Right. So I'm gonna
if you
try
get a clamp on it when you block the first time, that's winning.
That makes sense. Yeah. So I'll try the 2 walls. I don't need. And then whether or not I want to run Chrome Mox is the other card that I was thinking about. Because there's something to be said for just getting on the board, right?
Yeah.
Chrome Mox.
It's all right.
People don't play a lot of artifact kills, so it is better than I think it would be in a format like Commander.
Right. In that
The
format.
card disadvantage hurts when you don't have access to a Commander, plus you're mulliganing a lot.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
had
was
Chrome Mox
thinking
in mono red
red
deck and then cut it. And I'm not completely convinced that Mox Diamond belongs in the deck either, because you get a lot of those. You get a lot of draws where you get Mountain, Mox Diamond, and nothing to play.
Right.
And then like a 1-drop and some burn spells and stuff.
I don't know that I necessarily want to run Mox Diamond either. Because if I have 1 mana, if I just have 1 mana plays.
Weren't you just considering Chrome Mox?
Well, I mean, if I'm looking at
Mox Diamond
cards
is
that
just
line
better.
up, as far as lining up cards. In other words, where every single card matters and I draw a Mox Diamond and I'm just staring at it like. The thing about it, the thing I like about it is it works around. It's a way to work around Blood Moon. It lets you cast Ray of Revelation. It lets you cast.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you had your ass saved in that game with the Grim Lavamancer because you had a Mox Diamond.
And of course, like turn 1 Mana Drain or Search for His Kanto or Stoneforge or whatever. It's all good. Turn 1 Jace, Bryn's Prodigy. All right, so if I do that, I need to put, just with the walls, I need 2 slots. So I can't take out that. I have 2 slots. That's kind of rough. I guess I could take out, I guess that's the other thing I could do. I could just take out Workshop, Thran Dynamo, and Gilded Lotus.
Yeah, how good have you found those to be?
And then just run a basic island so that, I have an island. So,
yeah, how good have you found those to be?
The one game there, I drew Lotus, and I was like, eh. Without Soul Ring and Friends, it's just not the same, right? Like
the card is just and without the ability to tutor up mana drain fast too.
Right. Yeah. The whole point, like the whole reason they're insane in Commander is because you have what? Ancient Tomb and Workshop and Soul Ring and Crypt and Vault and Grim, and at that point you have so many
critical
ways.
mass things to do against it.
Yeah. So I think I'll put a basic land in here actually for now. And I'm fine with that. I can't cheat out Batterskull more easily. Okay, I'm ready to go. If you want to try this is
sure.
plus walls. I kind of like the way this is going though. I like the direction this is going. The other option I suppose I could have put in there would have been just a pickup land because they're decent.
Yeah.
They're decent against. They're pretty good when you're running Wayfarer for starters.
Yeah.
When you just need more mana.
The format just has a lot of aggro in it. And those lands, aggro, strip mine, wasteland. In a 20 life format, and you play a Karoo on turn 2, and they just win the game with a wasteland.
Yeah, it's probably not.
Am I going second again? Oh my god, I got to go first. It's a fucking miracle. Yeah, that's cool. So. Now this card we get all the time. Forget about Soul Ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. That certainly puts a damper on my library. Way to ruin my plans, Nate.
Right.
Damn it. I have to play this super annoying slow game. If you put land tax out. Oh, you mulligan into that guy, too.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll find a way to kill your guy. Eh. Skills.
Wow. Okay.
You think your Wayfarer will save you? I have restricted cards.
I don't think I have time to fuck around with that.
I doubt it. But it'd be remarkable if it just proved to be super costly. That I'm basically waited 2 turns to deploy any type of offense against a control deck.
Yeah.
Use library. The problem is, honestly, I'm on the fence about library in this deck, but you just don't have enough points.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like I'm already running, this is an 8-point deck. There's literally nothing else to use except potentially Mana Vault.
Right.
Other than potentially splashing in another color and working out, I don't know, Demonic Tutor or something in the deck. But Demonic Tutor's kind of shit in this deck, honestly. The only card you would ever really want to get with Demonic Tutor are probably Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon, maybe Price of Progress. Just because the deck is so homogenous, you don't really particularly care what's on top, as long as it's not land number 7.
Makes sense. Sorry, I gotta work out what we're doing here.
Look at this craziness. Oh my god, that card's evil. It does somewhat quell the Batterskull Menace, I suppose.
It does, yeah.
Alright, what's the deck going to yield? Alright, I'm shattering that Coalition Relic and you're not getting your mode out ever. Maybe a lot.
Instant speed, huh?
Yeah. It's not level up, like predated level up as a mechanic.
All right. See, they had it in mind, obviously. It's stuck here.
Interesting. I guess this gets you the ray or the quiet spec.
Spec, I think.
Yeah, it seems to make sense. It solves a lot of problems, not just one.
I don't think I'm blocking.
No, you're not blocking.
Painful.
Smashy.
Mm-hmm. And 2 more. Okay.
It's going by speculation. Got sulfuric vortex is such an evil card.
Yeah. Damn. Do that right now. Yeah, obviously.
It's like fire blasting you.
Yeah. So I would take 4.
Wow, you got a swords. Damn. I don't even get any life.
Right. The most important
Yeah,
part of it.
2 damage versus 4 is a really big deal.
Yeah, it is.
You're at 3. You're definitely not long for this world. Oh, nice. That complicates things immensely. But you're really low on cards, so you have a long uphill battle to climb here, even if you deal with this stuff.
Right.
Just gotta get the lob answer off the board.
cards for the meat.
See why I kind of feel like land tax is decent in here if I have enough basic lands to make it work.
Yeah.
Just because against these matches, it's, you know, 1 white gain 6 life. It's not that hard to go get Stern Orb. But I need enough lands to make it work and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
I suppose I should have attacked for 2, but nah.
Discard.
I think so. Where's my clock? Actually.
Oh, great. It's pretty slow. I'm seeing one in Sacramento, right? Oh, you're a bull, goddammit. That's making it harder.
You got library running though. This entire game is library.
Yeah.
It's like like I said, man, every time your hands just line up.
What are you at now after you're at 9?
Yeah, I was kind of hesitant about that bolt, but had to do it.
LD bird.
Yeah. Just lining up perfectly.
So I have the dragon. The dragon is so evil.
I don't mind him. I can ready him down.
Oh, you can ready him. He's slow. Yeah. Bird, it's just more deadly. Bonk. Go, ready. Oh, got it. All right. And on the table, you're at 6. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, all I can do is beat a library and a recurring flyer.
Yeah, no problem.
With an empty hand. Wait a minute. Okay, I guess I'm playing to my outs though. I was trying to figure out like how do I stay in this game.
Max.
Assume you targeted me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be fetching.
Sorry for the slow roll here.
No, it's fine. If you got it, you got it. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, like I had an out, right?
Balance.
Exactly.
I've got a red mock still, but I would have it in hand. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably dig your way out. You probably win with balance because I expect that your Zoran Orbit outpaced the random top of my deck when most of my deck is blanks at that point.
Right, and I just cash in. I just balance, cash in the Talisman of Creativity, kill your mocks.
Yeah, exactly.
And put you in a position where I can, charge a relic and get back in the game maybe.
Have you found it ready to be mediocre?
Also, I just keep pumping the ready tokens up, and then I can make an army of Coalition relics if I need to. Yeah. No, I think it's great, actually. I've been very happy with it.
I wasn't sure.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just amazing how often your hands are just like just lining up so nicely with what I'm trying to do over here. It's not like you have like a glut of solutions, No,
I don't. But I have a lot of threats, and they're diverse.
Yeah.
And I've killed you quite easily through a moat that game, although it was because of library, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it was no beating that. By the way, this card is amazing. I was trying to describe how good this card is.
Oh, cool. I expect that. It's insane. It just does so much for so little. Only there was a good graveyard burn spell with flashback. You could play with the black card that...
Well, maybe I should put the flyers in here, because against you, I keep getting deep analysis when all I really want is 2/1/1 flyers.
All three of those. Yeah, the deep analysis is generally too shitty against me to use.
Right.
So sad.
Interesting. Although in this spot,
don't be greedy.
No,
don't be.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's greed. I think it might actually be correct.
Okay. Trust your judgment, then.
I can't win without cards.
That wasn't what I was talking about.
Oh, you were talking about don't kill the mocks. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but
yeah, every time I've let the fucking shrine live, I've regretted it.
Well, my thought was I pass the turn, and if you miss a land drop, so that's one way to think about it. The other one was I draw.
Then, like 4 turns later, the shrine's at 14 counters, and
I have to try to. But if you're
wondering why you used your way to destroy it,
yeah. But I was thinking, like, okay, so the other option though is I just draw cards and decide if I want to kill it. later because you can't not tap out if you don't tap mana. Like
Oh yeah, I've got stuff to do.
Yeah. So I think that's actually right. I think I actually draw the cards now.
Oh, I think it's fine. It's at 19. I'm not putting any pressure on.
Yeah.
I would have done that before I played the Mox, though.
Well, Badlands is such a shitty card. Yeah, okay, that's true. I could have drawn Cavern.
Exactly. Or Workshop.
Yeah. No, I cut Workshop. I decided I want to try it without Workshop and see if I miss it. There's not enough. It's just one of those density situations where it's just not there.
Man,
One you want.
we've got energy. Seems fair.
Yeah. That thing does have to die.
Yeah, exactly. It just builds up so fast. Imports.
That is one hell of a hand. Can I keep them all?
All four?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah. That's getting a lot better now. But I gotta play it safe.
Yes. Two cards.
Yeah. Where are you playing?
Was want to gain 6. What's crazy is that given the choice, I would have probably
Bought the Rusalka.
sacked it to the Rusalka over gain 6 life. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, nasty. Zero. Okay, fair. That's how good of a combo Shackles plus Rusalka is.
Well, I was strongly considering Shackles, but the problem with Shackles is it would be very easy for you to kill Tezzeret.
Yeah.
If I Shackles tap out.
But you still have a Shackles.
I mean, I have a Shackles, but
It's pretty good. Then I have to kill my Rusalka. Because you can just, I guess you need both. I guess you need 2 copies of it. Let's get that bastard out of here.
yeah. But I think a Zernorb's actually more valuable than Shackles.
Yeah, you're back at 21. It's going to be an uphill climb unless I can draw an anti-life gain card.
Right. God, how good does that feel?
Yeah, that feels great.
Yeah.
So delicious.
Especially when this was the card I was... I actually think I'm going to take cards, though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get it off, too.
Yeah, he was praying that you did not plus him.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I think I'm still better off digging.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm looking for tutors, right? I'm looking for something to close the game out before it gets too late.
Poke, poke.
Right.
Hmm.
8 life or Duffin's veto? What do you fucking want?
Yes. Right.
Yeah, nice to have to take the veto. Think about that one.
Yeah, I was playing with some guy that just let me get the card every time. It was so bizarre.
That is bizarre, actually.
Yeah.
Menace mean I can't block. Is that the Goblin War Drums effect? I can't remember. Yeah, maybe I should have plus Tez, but I mean, Jace.
Currently is.
It's a pretty safe bet most of the time, I guess. That Fact or Fiction was kind of.
Yeah, it's mediocre.
Yeah.
So you've got Dovin's Veto and Library in your hand, and then one mystery card.
Right. At least I'm putting up a fight this game.
More than that, you're doing well. I stick super heavy favorite at this point. I don't even have Blood Moon and Magus out because you have Relic and Mox Diamond.
Right. Yeah, Vortex isn't going to hurt me.
The thing that rescues you right now is something like a Revoker. If I can draw a Imperial Recruiter or a Revoker, and I can shut the orb off and force you to sack a bunch of land.
Right. Can't veto that, so.
So I think this 3. Okay, let's do this.
I thought Menace meant I can't block for some.
You can't block with 2 creatures.
Cannot block with 2 or without 2?
You cannot block with 2 or more, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. There's all these various combat abilities.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they do.
Like Fear, Intimidate, Menace. They all sound like the same ability.
Right, exactly.
Fear my intimidating, menacing creature.
Okay, so it's 2 or more. All right.
2 or more. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Okay, well, see, it shows I know.
Yeah, I know. Plays with creatures.
Oh, that's interesting. That changes things quite a bit. Let's not do that. You got a top deck. As far as I know, you need to. I've got some pressure on you now.
All right.
You really think you're going to be able to build up the library?
I mean, I have to try.
Yeah. You think that Walk is your ally. Very simple.
I mean, the sim prodder is a big problem.
Intensity. I guess it's pay one white and I just pay a red.
Right, and it's oh, it actually says pay one white. That's funny.
Yeah,
it's a shock. You just shocked me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 showing. 10 in play. Pretty gnarly.
Really? Breathe in. Does the math work out here? You do nothing. I guess there's no reason to play land, really, other than just gain more life.
Right.
Oh, that sort of ruins my day.
Yeah.
How good is mode? Jesus Christ. Remember when I told you to put that in your deck?
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. It could be Teferi's Moat, and Teferi's Moat would let me continue to press with Batter Skull, but it would do the same job. However, of course, it costs 1 more mana.
Yeah, I'd say you generally want moat against monocolor decks, so I think Teferi's Moat is much better in this format than it would be in other formats.
Right.
I think most of the aggressive decks that you want a moat effect against are mono green, mono black, mono white, mono red.
Right.
That makes it really fucking hard. Now winning is almost impossible. Went all in on that play.
I mean, I think it was right.
Oh, there is still this. This guy could carry me.
I'll definitely pay 2 life to put the 3 damage in your graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a big problem.
Got 2 cards in hand. Library that. Those rockets.
Yeah. Now I'm out even less life.
Yeah, I got no game against moat, but if I draw something like, if I do draw the vortex before you draw into something good.
Right.
Remember, what did you cut in order to make room for Enlightened Tutor?
The Jitte.
Yeah, see? How shitty is Jitte?
Yeah.
Right, imagine you have Jitte this game, it does absolutely nothing, and you have no moat, and I just beat you to death with these dorks.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
My deck is, this draw is very anti-Jitte as well, due to having the Rusalka. I can just block and shoot your guys in the face.
Right.
Whatever you block gets thrown at you, whatever I block with gets you can't get counters on it.
I don't know if playing that was correct there.
Hard to say.
I'm going to have to eat some food.
Yeah, you need some life badly. I see. Yeah, you do need to do that in advance. Burst lightning. Yep, good call. Take 1. Oh, let's die.
Yeah. Come on, action cards.
Nah, I'm not going to draw much anything. The problem is that every land is so good, too.
Yeah, I mean, non-action is good, too.
I have a fair number of outs. You obviously have many outs as well. And having the veto is very good. Just chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah.
I suppose they make me discard that.
Well, actually, I just realized I should not be making a discard. What the hell am I doing? Dummy. Well done.
No, draw it for free?
Well done, my friend. Well, I suppose. No. Okay. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was thinking that it was.
If I flip it and you don't pay,
Oh,
you don't
you get a
make
key.
me discard it, then I draw it.
Okay.
So I just get a free mountain.
Okay.
You're
I was
being
thinking
very-
it was something slightly different, like that it wasn't that it was spells, only spells, but I suppose that would be too convenient. Obviously, I have to let that go.
Sin product gives your opponent Zer's weirding. Oh, hello.
There we go.
Drew into something, but what do you get?
Yeah, I kind of did my mana a little bit wrong there, but that's okay.
You still recording?
Yeah.
It's been an interesting game so far.
Yeah, it has been. Oh, I know what I get.
You can get any 2-mana thing.
There's a pretty good one.
And it's called Balance.
Yeah. That's the one.
That's so brutal.
Let's not allow that to resolve. It's the old way that the deck used to try to beat these aggro decks, right? Like this is like super old school.
Pretty old school. Oh, I got a Mox and a Jitte in play.
More balance, right? No, I think I'll keep my library. Because if you don't do anything for long enough, then the library just wins.
One card in your hand too is so brutal.
Right.
Myself, this seems so fair.
Right. God,
I don't think I can bring you down through a moat and a Zorn Orb. It's just almost impossible. I'm not going to give up yet. But
yeah.
Damn. You still have the veto as well. It just makes it so impossible.
And obviously, like, I have no intention of doing anything.
Yeah, I know if I can play some stuff that induces you to tap out, or induces you to cast stuff. I'm not giving up quite yet.
No, I wouldn't either.
Because I can still just draw something good into Vortex, and that would change the game. You could just rot away to the Vortex. I guess you still have the Ray, though.
The Ray also.
So it's so hard to deal with anything. Alright. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Get in there.
Typically. And you know what? Teferi's moat would not have been good.
Yeah, it would just slip right by Teferi's moat and start getting just take counters and maybe even kill you.
Yeah, so there is
Hitting you for 5 a turn? Yeah. It could just kill you within 3 turns.
Yeah.
And refill my hand as well. This thing's a nuts 1-drop.
I think I actually do this right now.
Yep. I have 2 pretty good cards in my hand.
Very nice.
Yeah, just drew the Chandra. I had the other Chandra as well, but you have the veto in your hand the whole time. Yeah, a range of things that cover me or is basically zero. I think I should probably just call this game.
Yeah.
What? Three mountains in a row.
Right. All right. So it turns out Malin Zernorb is still a good combo.
Yeah, balance around the moat. It was really just the moat.
Yeah,
it was the moat. So it just reduces my range by so much, and come back to Zernorb.
Yeah, it's the 1-2 punch, right? So some of the choices I make, I think, are correct, but interesting anyway. I mean, I think that's right.
Nice. Mulligan undone.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Oh my god. What a beating.
Yeah, really good timing.
I'm gonna do one of these things.
Jeez.
I'm very low on Rabble Mastery tokens.
Yeah.
I haven't been drawing there's 3 Rabble Master sort of creatures in the deck.
Right.
The Legion War Boss, the Rabble Master, and the Krenko, the 3-mana Krenko, they're all just basically autonomous kills. Goading forces you to block? What does it do exactly?
I don't even... Yeah, it forces me to attack. I won't do anything to the wall.
I'm gonna goad the shit out of that wall.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That sounds like some really strange sex act, honestly.
Goad the
That's
wall.
how I feel about it. I'm gonna goad the shit out of that wall. I don't know what to do here.
Get goaded.
Like I said, man, you know, pretty consistently had
Rabble Master's just one of those insane bullshit cards.
Yeah, it's a total, like, who the crap designed that card?
Design this guy. Yeah, I know.
Like, what were they even?
It's fair, man. It's just a 2/2 that just kills you in 3 turns by itself.
Right.
Seems fair.
Right?
Oh, yeah, this. Alright, I'm gonna go that wall 3 times.
Right, exactly. Lovely. Oh, sure.
Oh god.
Sure.
Are you kidding? Really? Oh my god, look at this insanity.
What a
I
perfect.
need Black Lotus in my deck so I can go Trinket Mage into Black Lotus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Trinket Lotus, true name.
Now, this is an interesting dilemma, because what if you have Remand in your hand, and I play True Name Nemesis?
Ah, you figured me out.
You Remand the True Name and then replay it, and
And then
just
replay
grind
it
it
instantly.
off.
Yeah. In that case, you should play the Trinket. If you're going to play it safe.
What the hell?
On the other hand, it's True Name Nemesis. It's kind of hard to say. I don't have Remand.
I'm going to punish.
Wrong one.
Oh,
God.
thank God.
That would have been
Right.
so good. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I got to just go for it. I mean, I can probably work around it anyway, maybe.
Yeah.
It would be pretty damn good, though. Ready? Yeah, it's gotta be. Oh, God damn it. Cheer. Cheer. Oh, Lordy.
Interesting. Jeez.
That's why I did this first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my little life game machine over there.
Oh, hello. Wow, that's the first time we've seen that. Brea. Another day we face down the Brea. I kind of want to just deal with the damage to you here. What are the chances that it's going to matter?
Wow.
This is the first time I'm on already.
You see what I'm talking about? Like having
Toxic
the
deluge
fucking
against
perfect
you.
answer every game. Too frustrating.
Insane, huh?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like there's only one card in the whole game that does that. It's not
You want
like,
me
why
to-
do you get the one card that does it? Like it's one thing if it's just like, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'll draw my Helix here. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I probably should have killed the plateau, I think, in retrospect.
Yeah, no, the Helix is out of the game, but still.
Okay. It's crazy, isn't it, though? Toxic Deluge from the mono red deck to kill off Brea
Like it's so obnoxious.
while you're tapped out. I know, it's insane.
Like it's
And I also
so
have the Wasteland,
frustrating.
and I have the Wasteland. to
And the
prevent
Wasteland too.
anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just everything like. God damn it!
Wait,
That was annoying. That was an annoying game. I mean, not with
wait,
you.
wait. The giant can be cast from exile? It doesn't say it on the card.
What card?
Look at Bone Crusher Giant.
Yeah, it doesn't have adventure, right?
It says instant adventure.
Yes.
Right?
So you just go on the adventure, and then you can play it from exile.
But it doesn't say that on the card. The other adventure cards do say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't. That's
So I don't actually, if you look at the other adventure cards, most of them say you can play. Like it says, exile this card and put it into exile, and you may play it from exile in the reminder text.
Right.
But the giant doesn't. So I've actually been playing it that it was just either a shock or a giant, but not both.
Interesting.
But can the giant actually be both modes?
I'm sure that it can. They probably screwed up. They do it on Magic Online enough.
Yeah, it went into exile, but you clearly saw it in exile right there.
Yeah.
It didn't just go to the graveyard. I need to do a search. Can you cast, what is it called? Bone Crusher Giant?
Yeah.
Giant from exile. Oh, here's a whole article about it.
And what's the conclusion?
Okay, after casting Stomp, you don't actually draw Bone Crusher Giant. You put it into exile. Okay, this is a bonus that is unlikely to come up much, but that will be very relevant when it does. First, it means they can't make you discard it from your hand. If you're on the play and they thought erase you on turn 2, you guarantee you can cast your 3-drop. Okay, it looks like you can cast it from the graveyard. I mean, from exile, even though it doesn't say it on the card. There's other adventures that clearly state, put this card into exile, you may cast it from exile, and Bone Crusher Giant does not say that. Did they just screw up and leave it off the card?
They screwed up, yeah. No, it does say instant adventure, and adventure itself has the... So in the paper one, it says instant adventure. And adventure itself has its own set of rules. It's like a page long, but basically that's what it means. However, you cannot...
I got it. Okay, so it's an adventure type instant.
Yeah, yeah. And
when you play Stomp, it's an adventure. It's an instant that's an adventure in terms of card type, sub-card type.
Right.
That's why it goes into exile automatically, so it doesn't need the reminder text. So why is that on other cards? I guess maybe the creatures...
Yeah, I'm not sure why some of them have it and some...
Yeah, when you put I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know the set well enough.
Yeah.
That's very confusing. I don't know why they wouldn't just add the reminder text to the card to tell you.
Right.
Well, I already had Bone Crusher Giant in the deck, and now it's way, way better.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's a great card.
All right, so I'm going to go back and look at some games here, and I understand that you were adjusting it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Take a look at the record. Okay, the final games was 8-2.
Okay.
And that is kind of what I've been expecting. I mean, that's kind of what I've been expecting, honestly, how...
Well, I haven't...
How Mono Red would perform against... Granted, it's a small sample size, but this is just the way this deck is. It's just so insane. It was pulverizing that first deck that I built.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to get so lucky and draw everything in just the right order to win.
Yeah. I mean, some of these feel close to fluky, but I'm okay with that. Like, I just...
Like I'm not drawing in the upper range of what the red deck's even capable of doing, too.
No, I mean, I do get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's like it's just picture perfect. It's just picture perfect, like solutions.
I know it's just ridiculous, but I mean, it's just so many of the games are just like that.
Yeah.
It's just you're just 1 mana behind. They have a fucking Reach-Out on port on the turn when you were planning on casting the 4 mana thing, and then they draw a Wasteland the next turn, and now you're back 2 lands, and you just could never get your Angel down, and it's just like game after game is like that.
Yeah, I mean, and I do think though that, I mean, I don't think that I've run out of things I can do that don't hurt me against blue. For example, I can run the card Absorb, right? I can run the font that sacks to draw a card. I can run Kitchen Finks that persists. So there's a lot of like things that are good against the red deck, but they're not, I'm not running, I'm not running
Yeah.
warmth, right?
No, I see what you're saying. I truly feel that it's the presence of the red deck in the format that pushes all of the control decks into mid-range with a lot of mid-range
Right.
creatures instead.
Yeah, so
And
I'm gonna have to go.
a lot of cheap spot removal. They're running creatures at 3 to 4 mana, a lot of very effective tough creatures, and a lot of 1 to 2 mana spot removal.
Which makes sense.
That's designed to just clean up all the early weenies so that you just don't take much damage, and then you start landing creatures that just dominate them.
Right.
That's kind of the strategy. And I've actually been, I haven't really gone full bore into that yet with my Jeskai deck.
Right.
When I look at the early removal, I'm not running a lot of the early removal spells that some of these decks run. A lot of them are running those bad 1 mana red spells. They're kind of like Forked Bolt and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I have, at 1 mana, I have Swords, Chain Lightning, which I think you should be running, honestly.
Yeah, I was thinking Flame Slash, but Chain Lightning is pretty
Flame
good.
Splash, it's totally acceptable. Sword Splashers, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt. At 2 mana, I have a Braid and Lightning Helix.
I forgot
That's all.
Chain Lightning, actually.
Yeah. And then I have, at 3 mana, I have Electrolyze.
Yeah, I can snag an Electrolyze, too. That's also
Council's
cycling.
Judgment, which is obviously just garbage against, it's horrible against mono red. And then at 4 mana, I have Moat, Chandra, Supreme Verdict, Ajani Benjen, and Nahiri. Well, Nahiri doesn't really work that well. And, of course, Fire Eyes.
Okay, so there's, Chain Lightning, Electrolyze. None of these cards are bad against control because they all cycle.
No, they're all excellent. Chain Lightning's fine against them because having a 1 red mana removal spell to kill a Planeswalker, to kill a Jace Vryn's Prodigy or something is really nice.
That's cool. I'm good with like adding in cards that I just don't like the idea of going like, let's just run a bunch of crap that doesn't have utility in there, and then you just face.
You have Fire Ice. Fire Ice.
So I had not included that. So that's a great idea.
Oh, that part's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Electrolyze and Fire Ice, I feel, are just mandatory in any control deck with red and blue.
Makes sense. So I'll run both. So it's interesting to get. Oh, I already had one. Oops, I just paid a ticket for a card I already had. Electrolyze, Fire Ice, and Chain Lightning. Okay. So I can actually free up a point by taking out Imperial Seal. And I'm good with that. Run Chain Lightning in that slot.
What does that leave you in terms of point cards?
Yeah, I don't mind moving things that direction at all. I think Cryptic Command is probably too slow. It's a great card, but
so versatile.
Fire Ice.
I'm using Cryptic Command in my Jeskai deck.
Okay.
Almost all my lands are blue producing except for a handful of plains and red-white dual lands, but I have a lot of blue-white sources.
Oh, okay, I see.
A lot of blue sources. Well, not counting fetches. In terms of hard, I'll count the fetch lands because those basically count as blue sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I have 29 blue sources in my deck.
Let me see. 5, 6, 7, 8. If I count fetches, 9.
Yeah, that's not counting Diamond or Talismans either. That's just
13. Okay, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I only have 19, so...
Yeah, way fewer. 10 fewer.
Yeah. I can add a 20th, actually. That's not...
Are you running... So in terms of other lands that you're probably not using that I'm running because obviously you don't use them in Brea.
Right.
I'm running Adakar Waste, Celestial Colonnade.
Crow's and Verge. It's no good against red, but God, is it good against blue. Anyway.
Adakar Waste, Celestial Colonnade.
Right.
I am running City of Brass. I don't think you're running that.
No, I'm not running that. I could swap out Cavernous Souls for something like Colonnade, like a
I really think Cavern's super bad in your deck. I would not.
Or I could just make it an island, honestly.
Yeah, I think you really need basic islands. You really need. Plains are almost more important because the way that you remove, you're not running Nahiri, but the way that you remove a card like Blood Moon is with plains, not with islands.
Right. So often.
Anyway, so Adakar Waste, Celestial Colonnade, City of Brass. I'm running Glacial Fortress because the double white is challenging. I've got quite a few double whites.
Yeah.
And then I have
you could run Fortress. I also thought about Caracas.
a lot of decks run Caracas, but I don't think Caracas is True Name Nemesis is not a legendary creature. It only really works with Medallion Click.
Yeah.
And being able to click over and over again is pretty cool.
And
but
a couple of really annoying creatures that you can.
Yeah. There aren't too many. I don't think that there are any legendary
The white
creatures.
weenie ones are the annoying ones. The legendary white weenies.
Yeah, that's true. They're for a number of those, like 1 and 2 mana. Anyway, I have Mystic Gate to help with double white. I actually am running the Mystic Monastery, the Tri-land.
Yeah.
And that's more of a test, but so far it hasn't proven to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running Seachrome Coast as well as Spirebluff Canal. So the two blue producing check lands that come into play fast. I guess they're called the fast lands. So I'm running those two fast lands. I'm also running Shivan Reef and Sulphur Falls too. So a lot of diverse dual lands. But this is done
I
in
could
an
also run
effort.
Reflecting Pool, I suppose.
What's that?
I could also run Reflecting Pool, so.
Yeah, I'm just running way more lands than you are, though. I have 36.
Yeah,
And I'm not running a bunch of artifact acceleration because I just don't have that much to do in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm not ramping up to a commander or something, so I can't consistently draw fast mana with stuff to do with it.
Yeah.
Which is that problematic dilemma, right? If you have it's like having a commander that gets tucked and then you just get mana flooded and you can't do anything.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Only that's your perpetual state of being in this format. You just get mana flooded and there's nothing to do with the mana. So you're ramping into nothing.
Right.
Which makes lands better and artifacts worse.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I could certainly run more. I guess I got Talisman of Dominance in progress. I could take those out. I don't want to cut Chromatic Lantern and Cold because they work. They're solutions for.
The talismans are the same way. I'm running the 2 talismans in this deck because they do help with resiliency against Blood Moon. And I've got 5 islands, 3 plains, and 2 talismans plus the diamond. So I have 11 sources that can provide most of all my colors underneath Blood Moon.
Makes sense.
Which is usually enough to weather the storm. Not always. Sometimes you're just totally caught with your pants down, but it does work a majority of the time. Particularly if you're playing against mono red, you know to just not be greedy. And once you've got set up a little bit with your dual lands, then you just fetch up nothing but basics, which makes you safer against price of progress as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could run a couple of other cards to work with. Quiet Spec. Cards that will actually defend me against aggro a little bit better.
It's just a shame that there isn't a good removal spell.
Roar of the Worm is pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gigantic wall.
Mono Green would have a very hard time dealing with a fast Roar of the Worm.
Yeah. And then Lingering Souls is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I could cut Deep Analysis and just run the 2 creatures. Then I still have my 2 removal packages, but instead of taking damage or draw cards, I'm just throwing down gigantic things.
That's kind of how you can deal with red. Just present giant monsters that they can't really compete with.
Right. So that puts me at a little bit over, so I got to watch it. I'm a few cards over. I wonder how much I care about Stoneforge Batterskull. It feels good if it works, but it doesn't.
It's so insane. You'd be crazy to give that up.
Yeah, it's a 1-point card.
Batterskull's ridiculous.
It
it's the closest thing there is to a single card that just beats red all by itself.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It's the whole Batterskull moat thing. But I suppose mid-game, if you have moat, you're mostly good. Yeah. Right now, I just have a few too many cards. I have 3 cards too many. I have Fountain of Renewal in here. I could take that out.
That's so bad. It's so slow.
And then that leaves me with 2 cards I can pull.
I think you'll constantly draw Fountain of Renewal and just be like, what is this doing in my deck? It's like having an elixir of vitality or whatever that card is called.
Well, yeah, you cycle it off quite a bit, I imagine. But Jace Vryn's Prodigy is not the greatest thing ever.
No, it's not. Particularly when you have a lot of counter spells and stuff, there's just nothing to cast from the graveyard a lot of the time. But it's a very mediocre effect a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think that's a cut.
It's not a good blocker.
And then that leaves me with just 1 card to cut.
Share your screen.
Yeah. 1 second. Share screen, start sharing. Sorry, I'm having. Anyway, so right now I don't have Flame Slash. I don't have Thrag Tusk. I think that's probably a
Why are you playing Mental Misstep? It was so mediocre in every game.
Yeah, it was frustratingly mediocre.
You had a lot of the time and it did nothing.
I think it should have been good, but
like, what is that meant to do?
Yeah, I mean, what it did in that one game when I lost, it did exactly what it was meant to do. I still lost, so maybe that should go. Misdirection also.
Misdirection I think is pretty mediocre too. Misdirection is the kind of card you play when you want to force through combos and stuff. It's not a good defensive card at all. I think Cryptic Command is a million times better.
So that gives me either Cryptic or I could run one of these other cards, but I do like Cryptic a lot, obviously.
Yeah, it's so good.
So I'm still not running like the Tusk, which is good theoretically.
You feel so bad with Rag Tusk against so many decks, though.
But yeah, it's pretty slow. It's
so funky, 5-mana creature.
So I upped my island count to 3 islands. I could go back. I could throw tax back in. I still feel like having that ability to just gas up Library or Zern Orb at 1 white is pretty good. It's also Mulligan Fixer. Because I'm tired of mulliganing. I don't keep a 1-land tax hand. It also gets well, I mean, that's what it is. It's a mulligan fixer, right? And with Zern Orb to force it, potentially. I also have Kitchen Finks in here, which...
Kitchen Finks is very good.
This is a little bit better. So now I've got Lingering Souls and Roar as my targets. If I need anti-aggression, I can get like Ray, Souls, Roar, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And turn Quiet Spec into a actual... Now, the only thing with Roar is I don't really want to draw it ever.
No, but you have ways to... You don't have ways to
discard off. I can search for his contact off.
Yeah, you're not running... you're not running Thirst for Knowledge?
I don't have Thirst. I have Absorb now. So I added Finks, Absorb, Souls, Roar of the Worm, and I still feel like I have the heart of the deck in place. And Fire Ice is in now. Chain Lightning's in.
Having tested against it a million times, my instincts are that that the solution to red is in creature form rather than in spell form.
Right. Well, I added more creatures in the Souls and the Roar. Right, but I mean, that makes sense. That's traditionally like green usually beats red, right? Like because you just start playing bigger creatures. Tarmogoyf is also good against everybody.
Meaty as hell, yeah, it's great.
I don't even know.
Tarmogoyf is a reason enough to play green just by itself.
Yeah, I don't even know what he costs. Is he? He's not.
Oh, you mean costs online?
Yeah, I have no idea. I can check though. Oh yeah, I have Electrolyze now. I've added a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it'll help for sure. Eventually you reach a critical mass where suddenly you're winning more than you're losing against red. And then it's just a matter of, did you sacrifice too much against other stuff?
Right, yeah. I mean, I think...
And now you're like tipping back the other way.
The important thing is to push for red, because if they're more of a control deck than you are, they're probably losing to red anyway. And if they're not, then it's... Of course, there's luck, but it's, it's more skill dependent, right? Also, there's a crap ton of card advantage in this anyway. It's not like for the majority of these cards, I don't think Control wants to face them. Oh, I took out a 1-point card. I actually have 1 point I can put in here.
Oh. Manifold?
Vault's a pretty good card.
Yeah, it is.
I took out Grim Monolith for some reason.
Teferi on turn 2 is pretty damn nuts.
I took Grim Monolith out, though.
Well, Manifold is way better than Grim Monolith. It's
Yeah.
like completely different types of cards.
Yeah, turn 2 Batter Skulls. But
Exactly.
or Glenelendra with the blue floating, with the blue available, whatever. But Manifold, if I'm trying to deal with red, doesn't seem doesn't seem super wise.
Well,
I could pull one more point and I could put Jitte back in. I mean, if there's enough creatures in there now.
I suggest that you post this video.
Yeah.
And we ask some of the people in the public for suggestions, because some people may have thought of things that we have not.
Yeah, I agree with that.
People often point out cards that we hadn't considered that might be super good.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just make sure we formally request from the viewers some ideas.
Yeah. How much do I like that?
Why would
This deck doesn't really. The thing is, I could take out Moten and like tutor and just put the Jitte back in. It just depends. Like if I have enough creatures, I can see why I don't want to pull Mote though. I mean, so at that point, maybe I just don't want to play like some of these ground pounders that are kind of like Maybe I don't want to play like Tarmogoyf and Roar, for example. Lingering Souls flies. Finks is just life gain on arrival. True Name is an alternate mode. I suppose Tarmogoyf functions as an alternate mode as well. So perhaps Roar is the card that I just don't want to play right now.
Well, the Roar makes sense when you draw Quiet Speculation and you don't need a reactive card.
Yeah.
That's what Lingering Souls or the Roar does. You're able to present a threat instead of just getting stuff reactive and waiting for them to do something that you deal with.
Right. But I've got 4 cards if I take Roar out. I've got Lingering Souls, Mystical Teachings, and then the 2 Disenchants. Roar's certainly an Answer Me Now card, though.
It is, but a lot of time in mono red decks just going to kind of be
go around to 6/6 like
exactly. They're not going to be able to attack with it, and it's just kind of like a big wall.
Yeah, exactly, a big expensive wall. Yeah, so I like this. And funny enough, like I said, I'm 1 point. There's 1 point that I can add to the deck if I want to, which I actually don't know. Point list. Is there a 1 point card that's worth? Oh, there's Dig Through Time and Cruise. There's Dig and Cruise.
Yeah, Dig and Cruise.
There's also Intuition.
I think that the Delve cards are better.
Yeah, exactly.
Intuition is just a good combo card. It's not.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah, so there's Dig and Cruise, and then there's I suppose there's Transmute to get a cheat another way to try to trick a Batterskull out, but I don't think so. So Dig or Cruise, which one do you prefer?
Oh, between Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise? Yeah, I'd say I think Dig Through Time is better. Again, going back to the ancestral thing.
Yeah.
The card selection is way more important.
Yeah, it makes
3 random cards off the top is unlikely to be as good as 2 choice cards.
Right. So then I pull 1 card and I'm all set. I also like the fact that Dig works around a Narset, so I'm good with that for sure.
Yeah, it is. Card draw without being card draw is always pretty good.
Yeah. 1 card. So one card has to be pulled, and I can merge a skull for it. So what do we pull?
Let me take a look here.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Beretti.
Okay. You know what? That's the card I was looking at too.
Yeah, slow.
Well, let's do that. K commands just do it now, and of course the regrowth.
Yeah.
You got time for
the thing that makes Duretti is so good. I need to actually get to bed, but the thing that makes Duretti, we can play again tomorrow.
Yeah.
The thing that makes Duretti so nuts is in Breas, because you just have Thopters and stuff lingering around, so you can just use them right away without sacrificing something important.
Right.
And this deck has far fewer artifacts, and it doesn't have a general that makes artifact creatures that are disposable.
Right.
So there's often this lag time between when you play Duretti and when you actually kill something with him.
Yeah.
And that can be decisive.
Yeah, it makes sense. This is much stronger, or should be much stronger against red. We got the walls in there, the Goyfs in there, more removal.
That's funny. Just what you're saying is just echoing my experience when I was testing for that Tempest tournament.
Yeah.
I would just add a whole bunch more things. Like, okay, now we're running 4 Bottle Gnomes and 3 Staunch Defenders. Just make the deck better against red now.
Right.
Should be easy to win.
Right. Well, I don't know. We've had some pretty close games, so.
No, we certainly did. I'm not going to say there was a rout by any measure. It certainly wasn't.
Some games were. I mean, obviously the library game was.
But the evidence was clearly pointing to that you were at a deficit, undoubtedly.
Yeah, no, I agree. More basics though. I mean, I like where it's headed. I am leaning towards, like, I think land tax is still a card that, I mean, it's not a red card, but it's a damn good card. And if I have enough lands to run it, along with my Zern Orb, it's just one of those things where I'm looking for ways to make sure that I can get my library. Like, I hate getting that mid-game stall and you've got library and you can't activate it. I mean, maybe a card like Gush is what I'm looking for, because it puts 4 cards in your hand and turns library back on.
Yeah. It's a pretty good card. It's been banned a bunch of times in Vintage, as far as I know.
Right.
Yeah, well, we can test more stuff.
That's cool.
In the days ahead.
Yeah. I'd like to test. I do, like I said, I want to try this, and then I want to see about possibly tax, possibly Gush. Basically, I want to answer the question of how do I make my library active mid-game, because I don't want to run Time Twister and Wheel, right? So I need cards that do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be fun.
All right, man. Well, go get some sleep.
Cool.
It's late there. We will convene soon, and go post this video and see what the public says.
Yeah, I will, and hopefully anyone who's watching will chime in. I definitely appreciate all the fun we had tonight, man. Thank you.
Definitely. You're welcome. And the Red Menace goes unsolved. I haven't solved it yet.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm glad though. I really appreciate, like, it's hard to understand what the threat is without actually facing it, like how serious it is.
Yeah, how evil of a deck it is.
Yeah, and like, as frustrated as I got, like, that's not really. It doesn't matter. If I'd have won that game and not got those games and not gotten frustrated, then I make no changes. I learn nothing, and then, you know what I mean. So it was exactly what needed to happen. So cool. All right.
I will talk to you soon.
I look forward to frustrating you back.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, seriously, I hope so. Genuinely, I hope we can solve it, because
I do too.
It's an annoying deck that's super obvious, and everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people will be playing it.
Yeah, it's going to be all over the place for sure. So cool.
All right. Good night.
All right. Take care, man.
All right, bye.
And to everyone else, as always, thank you for watching.
Yep.